Why astrology needs sutras, not just meanings? You can memorize meanings for years and still feel uncertain while predicting. Because meanings describe, sutras guide. Astrology doesn't just need more information, it needs a framework that directs your judgment. Let's talk about why sutras change everything. Most people learn astrology by collecting meanings: meaning of planets, meaning of houses, meaning of yogas, meaning of nakshatras. And yet, after years of study, many astrologers still feel unsure while predicting. Not because they lack knowledge, but because meanings don't tell you how you think. This is where sutras come in. And before we begin, if you value structured astrology learning, do subscribe and stay connected. What a sutra actually is. A sutra is not a definition. A sutra is compressed wisdom. It is a short statement that corrects misunderstanding, sets direction, guides judgment, prevents error. A sutra does not explain everything. It organizes your thinking. That is its real power. Why meanings alone are not enough? Meanings are descriptive. They tell you what a planet represents, what a house signifies, what a nakshatra symbolizes. But meanings do not tell you which factor to prioritize, what to ignore, when to override a rule, why two charts behave differently. So astrologers keep stacking meanings, more data, more rules, more confusion. Astrology is not a memory test. Astrology is not about remembering more. It is about judging better. Two astrologers may know the same meanings, but one predicts clearly and other keeps hesitating. The difference is not knowledge. The difference is internal clarity. Sutras create that clarity. Now, how sutras function in practice? Let's understand that. A sutra works like a lens. When you see a chart, the sutra activates silently and asks, is this promise real or symbolic? Is this result immediate or conditional? Is this yoga supportive or misleading? The sutra prevents overreaction. It keeps interpretation grounded. Classical knowledge was always sutra based. In Indian knowledge systems, yoga is sutra based, Vedanta is sutra based, grammar is sutra based, Nyaya is sutra based. Astrology too was originally sutra driven. Meanings came later, examples came later, sutras came first. Because without sutras, knowledge scatters. Why modern astrology feels fragmented today? Now, today astrology is mostly taught as lists, tables, keywords, combinations. Very few people are taught how to decide, how to filter, how to say no to a yoga. So astrology becomes reactive. One new transit and there is a panic. One new yoga, there is excitement. Social media fills with dramatic videos. Sutras stabilize interpretation. If this is making sense, comment Rasayan below. What Rasayan Sutras are meant to do, let's understand that. Rasayan Sutras are not predictions. They are corrective statements. Each sutra addresses a blind spot such as overvaluing yogas, misreading nakshatras, ignoring functional nature, exaggerating transits, misunderstanding strength. These sutras don't add complexity, they remove distortion. So why there are 51 sutras? Not because 51 sounds impressive, but because blind spots repeat. Different students make different mistakes, but patterns are common. Each sutra exists because a misunderstanding kept repeating, a wrong assumption kept appearing, a shortcut kept tempting astrologers. Each sutra quietly says, pause, reevaluate, think again. And why sutras are not explained immediately? This is important. If sutras are explained too quickly, they become just another meaning. A sutra works best when you face confusion, you make an error, you feel uncertainty, then the sutra lands. That is why sutras are not spoon fed, they mature with experience. Sutras change the astrologer, not the chart. A chart never changes, but the astrologer must. Sutras refine perception, judgment, restraint, confidence. Over time, fewer words are needed, fewer techniques are required. Astrology becomes quieter, not louder. Why sutras reduce fear? Why sutras reduce fear in astrology? Fear enters astrology when interpretation is unstable, rules contradict, confidence collapses. Sutras act like anchors. They stop overinterpretation. They stop exaggeration. They stop panic based conclusions. Astrology becomes guidance, not alarm. And why this matters more than ever today? Astrology is today consumed very fast. Reels, headlines, instant predictions. But wisdom does not survive speed. Sutras slow the mind. They force reflection. That is why astrology today needs sutras more than ever. And what is the one line truth? Meanings inform and sutras transform. Without sutras, astrology explains life. And with sutras, astrology understands life. If astrology feels overwhelming, the solution is not more content. The solution is clearer thinking. That is what sutras do. If you have ever felt that astrology knows a lot but still misses something essential, sutras are where that gap closes. Rasayan sutras exist for that exact reason, not to impress but to correct. If you found value here, support the channel by liking and subscribing. And if you are ready to go deeper, the book Rasayan will guide you.